What's up, everyone? It's Monday, the 2nd of December. Just 4 games on today's card. We're going to check out all these games. We're going to break them down and give you guys my best looks, player props, side bets, totals. Let's see what we can come up with today, guys. See if we can start off the week on a positive note. Let's go. First up, Miami in Boston taking on the Celtics. Celtics 9.5 points favored, 220 the total. The Miami Heat, second night of back-to-back. They're coming off a 3-point loss to the Raptors last night, a game that they were pretty much just going through the motions, guys. Toronto controlled the game throughout. Miami looked very lethargic, guys. We've gotten used to seeing him play like this, especially during the regular season. They pick their spots. We know they're a capable team, but they're very inconsistent. Played like crap yesterday. Tonight they could come out as gangbusters. You never know with Miami, guys. 9.5 points is a pretty big number, though. Of course, they are playing against the Celtics, guys, the defending champs. Boston also coming off a loss. They were in Cleveland last night. Dropped that game just by 4. They were actually up by double digits, guys, late, but Cleveland made a late surge. Boston did pretty well overall, guys, considering they were playing without Jaylen Brown and Derek White. We know they're a very top-heavy ball club. But they performed pretty well overall in Cleveland, even though they did lose by 4. Now, tonight, guys, the injury report, while I'm doing this video, we don't know yet if Jaylen Brown, Derek White are going to play. I'm guessing that maybe one or both of them will probably be in the lineup. I think maybe Joe Mazzulla did hold them out to keep him fresh for today's game. The matchup against Miami at home, always a big one for the Celtics. Miami, I don't see anything new on their injury report, so everyone that played yesterday should also be available. It's a tough game, guys. Tough game to handicap. Miami, of course, like I said, more than capable of doing the damage. But I don't know, man. I don't really like what I saw yesterday. They did look very, very flat. I think it is going to be a low-scoring game overall. I did look at some player props. I don't see too many numbers available right now. If anything, I'd probably take a look at Porzingis, even though his number's not up yet. Maybe to go under a back-to-back. We know Porzingis like to be a little cautious with him. And not the most durable of players. And another thing I was looking at, guys, is the team total. Team total for Miami, it's 105.5. I have a feeling, guys, that this game is going to be low scoring, like I said. If anything, I'd go under. Under the 105.5 would probably be my play in this game, guys, for Miami. The team total, 105.5 under is what I'd probably go with here in this game. Tough game, guys. So tough game to handicap. All right, up next, we got the Pelicans in Atlanta taking on the Hawks. The Hawks are 10-point home favorites, 229.5 the total. Atlanta, 10-point home favorites, guys. Who in their right mind would lay 10 against Atlanta? I'm not saying that they can't win and blow out the Pelicans. Pelicans have been the punching bag of the league. They're 2-9 against the spread on the road. They just got absolutely obliterated last night in New York. Second night of back-to-back. Atlanta, they are rested and at home. They've been playing pretty well lately. We know what's going on with both these teams. But, guys, Atlanta, we've talked about them, guys, lots of times before. They're a team that overperforms against the good teams and underperforms against the bad teams. So in this game, guys, if I were to go in a certain direction, and as bad as it looks, the numbers, the team, everything, I'd probably go with the Pelicans with the +10. To be honest, guys, I would not even be shocked if the Pelicans even won this game straight up. The Atlanta Hawks, of course, they're completely unreliable. And laying 10 points here is, I think, just an absolute joke. More than likely, guys, I'll be on the sidelines because I just don't like betting on either one of these two teams. But if I had to go with something here, I might even just go wild here and take the Pelicans on the money line. Why not? I just the 10 points, laying 10 with Atlanta, guys, against anybody, against even a G League team, I don't think I'd be able to pull the trigger. So over here, Pelicans +10 money line, lotto play is what I'd probably go with. Now on the player props, DeJounte Murray, guys, we know he got traded from Atlanta. If you guys want to look at some player props over here, let's see what his number's at. It's at 20.5. It's at 20.5. I think he would want to put on a good performance against his old team. I'd probably go over the number here, guys. DeJounte over the 20.5. We know Atlanta plays no defense either. So I think that might be a decent bet on the player props. But overall, guys, just an ugly game. A headache overall, just trying to think about what to go with over here. New Orleans and Atlanta. All right, up next, we got the Brooklyn Nets in Chicago taking on the Bulls. The Bulls are 7.5 point home favorites, 233.5 the total. Pretty big line, guys. The Bulls favored by 7.5. There's a reason for this. The Brooklyn Nets, if you look at the injury report, the list is massive. The list is massive. A lot of important players out. Plus, guys, this is the second night of a back-to-back for them. They were in action yesterday against the Orlando Magic. Against the Orlando Magic, they dropped that game by 8, I think. Yeah, 8, and they only put up 92 points. So, second night of back-to-back, plus some injuries. Cam Johnson tweaked his ankle pretty good. I'm guessing, guys, he's going to be held out tonight. Dorian Finney-Smith's been out. Ben Simmons, who really cares about him, though? He's probably not going to play either. Clowney, Cam Thomas, the team's best player, he's going to be out for a while. So the Brooklyn Nets, second night back-to-back, plus a lot of injured players. Things not looking good. But laying 7.5, guys, with Chicago, it kind of reminds me of the previous game, guys, the Atlanta-New Orleans game. Laying 10 points with Atlanta, it's tough to pull the trigger. Same thing here with the Bulls. They could very well blow out the Brooklyn Nets, guys. But will they be doing it with my money? No, absolutely not, guys. I can't lay these many points. I don't mind taking Chicago as a home dog against a good team, but against a bad team with players that we probably will never heard of being in the lineup and getting some minutes in the rotation for the Nets, I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. Especially Chicago, guys. Been hearing a lot of rumors lately that they're looking to move Zach LaVine and Vucevic. They might be in rebuilding mode. I can't lay 7.5 points, guys, even though they could blow out the Nets. If anything here, guys, the total, we see it's at 233.5. Expect another high-scoring game. What I'm going to look at here is I'm going to look at a team total play for Brooklyn, guys. I'm going to look for a team total play for Brooklyn. It's at 112.5. The number is pretty high, guys. 112.5. You consider it's the second night back-to-back. They only scored 92 last night against Orlando. Of course, Orlando plays defense. Chicago does not. I think this game is going to be very sloppy. And I'm going to go over, guys. I'm going to go over the number. The over team total 112.5 for Brooklyn. I think it's got a pretty good shot at coming through, even though, like I said, guys, since a lot of these players I've never heard of are going to be in the lineup. Bet at your own risk, guys. Bet at your own risk. All right, last game of the night, we got the Lakers in Minnesota taking on the T-Wolves. T-Wolves 8-point home favorites, 219 the total. The Lakers, they are coming off a very tough win last night in Utah, a 1-point win, a game that they probably should have lost. For those of you that didn't see it, Colin Sexton, guys, from the Utah Jazz, he was driving down the lane, and just before he released the ball and made a layup, the Utah coach called a timeout. The bucket didn't count. Utah could not convert in their final possession. The Lakers left with a 1-point win. A game that they didn't deserve, didn't play well throughout. It was an ugly game overall. I think it was like 93-92 the final score. Very low scoring and bad basketball overall. No, actually, 105-104 was the final score. 105-104. Lakers have more than their share of injuries. 4 regulars out: Cam Reddish, Austin Reeves, Russell, and Jackson Hayes. Those 4 players didn't play yesterday. Don't know yet if they're going to play tonight. D'Angelo Russell with an illness and Cam Reddish. So I'm guessing those 2, maybe, if they had they took some medication, feeling better. We got to keep checking the injury report there for the Lakers. The T-Wolves, they've been struggling, guys. They are just 9-10 on the year. Obviously underperforming. They did snap a losing streak in their last one, a 1-point win against the Clippers. 93-92. Finally got on the board, guys. Against the number, they have been brutal at home. Just 2-8. 2-8 against the spread at home, guys, and they're laying 8 here. Man, I do want to bet on the Timberwolves here. I don't like the numbers. The 2-8 against the spread is not nice, but this is a very bad spot for the Lakers here, guys. If anything, I'm looking at possibly maybe even teasing this game, buying 3 or 4 points, parlaying this up with something else. I'm thinking maybe the Celtics. If I buy maybe 3 or 4 points, I know one of my my viewers from last season, Rodrigo, he has this little system where he parlays up 2 teams and buys points. This looks kind of interesting here. Maybe buying the Celtics down to maybe 6.5, and the T-Wolves maybe with 4. I do expect both these teams to win. But the numbers do look a little inflated. This is probably what I'm looking at here, guys. I do want to bet on the Timberwolves, but the 8 does look a little high here. Possible teaser here with Minnesota. And this is what I got for you guys today, guys. These 4 games, ugly 4 games overall, guys. I would not even blame you guys for sitting today out, especially a couple of these games. The New Orleans-Atlanta game and the Brooklyn-Chicago game, I don't even want to look at, to be honest with you. And the other two, we got some big numbers. Man, the Timberwolves are unreliable. I might just do that teaser parlay that I was talking about. Maybe look to take the T-Wolves with a -4 or something, and the Celtics with a -6, 5.5, something like that. Maybe do a teaser there and parlay those two up. I think might be decent. Plus, I think the team total on Miami, guys, I think that's a good shot at coming through. They looked terrible yesterday in Toronto. I could see them coming out again flat against the Celtics. But overall, guys, it's a tough card. I would not blame you if you even decided to sit today out. Tomorrow, we got the NBA Cup. Lots of games on the schedule. There should be a lot more opportunities tomorrow. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to cut the video right here. I'm going to go show all good luck on your plays, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Later.